Thank you, dear devotees, for the opportunity to glorify Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in the holy name here, in the wonderful association of devotees here. Although a number of things were said about me, how I'm glorious by presenting papers here and there, but the real glory of a devotee is that he has some taste for holy name, and in that regard, I'm a poor and in fact a beggar, and in that regard, devotees like His Grace Sarvatarak Prabhu and his wonderful daughters and his family, they are much, much more qualified and blessed. So the reason I'm participating or leading this discussion today, because I haven't had the association for the longest time. So although I have no qualification to speak, just because I'm greedy for the association, I have chosen to lead the discussion today. Hare Krishna. So first we'll begin by singing some Mangalacharan verses. This is from, introduction to Bhagavad Gita. Prabhupada wrote it there. Om Jnana Timandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshrumitam Gena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vande Ham Shri Guru Shri Utapadagammalam Shri Guru Vaishnavam Cha Shri Rupam Sakajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padansa Sarana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitam Cha Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinamandav Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishna Bhanu Sudevi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchakalpatarubhascha Kripa Sindhuve Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhaktavrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. So dear devotees, today's session as a title is How to Stop Insulting Krishna. That's the title of today's talk. And Mother, I'm not able to see Sarvatarak Prabhu. Where is Prabhu?
He's hiding.
Prabhu, I would like to see you. Yeah, thank you. Of course. Hey, can we do that dual screen so I can see him?
Yes. Okay.
Thank you.
There
okay,
you
that's right. Thank you. Thank you, Prabhu. He's my senior god brother, and I need his blessings and constantly his blessings throughout the talk so that we can have some wonderful discussion here. So, Pranam to Prabhupada, which I forgot. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutle Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Namne Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharne Nimishishishunadi Pashchate Deshitarini Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutle Srimate Jayapataka Swami Namne Nama Acharya Padaya Nitaya Kipa Patayne Gaur Katha Ramadaya Nagalagamata. Thank you, devotees. So today, the topic of our discussion is how to stop insulting Krishna. So why am I bringing this topic? The reason I'm bringing this topic, because not recently, I was like 2 months ago, I attended this session with His Holiness Sachin Swami Maharaj, where he had this japa workshop at New Vrindavan, and which brought me to this new realm of a new relationship with the holy name. And I would like everybody to benefit from it. So since then, every week we have been having this japa workshops at our local Krishna center. Now, what is a japa workshop? Japa workshop is a workshop where we spend time working on our relationship with the holy name. Now, who is holy name? What is when I say holy name? Does everybody here know what is the holy name? Are there any new people here who doesn't know what's the holy name? I'm guessing everybody knows what the holy name is. Holy name is basically names of Krishna. So you can call him also, in other languages, people can call him in Allah, Christ, other religious groups also. They're also considered holy name. So just Hare Krishna is not the holy name, but any names of the Lord by which he's addressed is a holy name. So as per our Acharya, Rupa Goswami says that there are many ways in which we can interact with the Lord, but the first interaction which we have with the Lord is through the holy name. So the first, the first meeting which we're going to have with Krishna would be through his name. Now, all of us were chanting japa before, and we do kirtan, and some of us have a daily practice of chanting japa. Now, suppose I want to come to your house. Suppose I want to come to Sarvatra Prabhu's house and I knock the door. And then Sarvatra Prabhu opens the door and then he's on his phone. And he keeps talking on the phone, goes into this room, that room, this room, that room. I'm like, what? What's happening? You just invited me to your home and I knock and I open the door and you're not inviting me, you're not feeding me. What's happening here? You're trying to insult me here? That's exactly what we do when we are chanting the holy name. We call Krishna, we say Hare Krishna. And then by the time we move to the second Hare Krishna, our thoughts have moved on to some other place. Our work, our wife, our life, our money problem, health problem. So Krishna has come. In the first Krishna, when we call Krishna, he has come on the door, but we're not inviting him into our hearts. We're leaving him at the door. So that's a certain form of insult. And Krishna gets bored. He said, what is this? This guy. He calls me and then he neglects me. He calls me and then he neglects me. So Krishna has lost faith in us, unfortunately. So we have to rebuild, his faith in us. We have to rediscover and rebuild our relationship with him. And that will be my goal today. I hope this is my desire today, and I hope the deities there can bless us, and Sarvatra Prabhu and other wonderful devotees can bless us, that by the end of our today's talk, we have a deeper relationship with the holy name. That's our goal. So first, I'd like to share a story. This is something which Maharaj also shared. It's not really a story, but it's a scientific study. It was done in New York. So in New York, what happens is that there are a lot of hotels. If you have been there, a lot of hotels. And in those hotels, there are many maids. And most of those maids come from somewhere in South America. And they don't have very good habits because they eat sugar drinks, eat chips. That's what they do. And they go home and they watch TV. And supposedly they're also underpaid. So what happened one time, some of the scientists are looking for ways to do something, So the scientists, they said, let's do an experiment. What they did, they went to this maids. Most of them are from I think Philippines. So they were Filipinian maids, most of them in New York. Somehow or other, their Filipino maids are attracted to New York. So they were there. And these scientists, what they did, they went to one hotel and went to the maids. And they were a little healthy, or overweight by all standards, and had all kinds of diseases and problems. And they went to them and told them, hey, do you know your job is the best workout you can ever do to become, healthier and slimmer? See, when you're folding sheets, you're moving your hands, shaking them. It's a good exercise for the elbows. Then you're going up and down the stairs, carrying heavy buckets. That's a good that's good cardiac exercise. Then you're bending down to lift stuff up, put in the trash can. That's almost like you're squatting, So practically the whole day, you're doing the best workout for which people pay hundreds of dollars. Like suppose here, anybody here has been to a gym? There, when you go to a gym, there's a trainer there, and you pay a fee to the trainer because he makes a schedule for you. Okay, you gotta do these many squats, these many weight lifts, these many push-ups. There's so many different exercises. So the scientists told them, hey, you maids, don't you realize you're getting the best workout possible in New York City for no price? And when the maids heard that, a light switch went, clicked on in their brain. And then going forward, when the scientists observed them, practically all of them lost their weight and become way more healthier than ever before. And they were published this paper, I think almost 5-6 years ago. The book was titled The Power of Habit, something like that. And the idea being, we may be doing the same activity every day, but if we reframe it, then the same activity can take us to different heights. So all of us are chanting these days regularly, but with a simple reframing, we can have a different relationship with the Lord. It's not that tomorrow onwards we have to chant 32 rounds, 64 rounds. No, we may be chanting whatever rounds we're chanting. It could be 1 round, could be 2, could be 4. But with a simple reframing, we can change our relationship with the holy name. We can have much more in-depth conversation with Krishna with just a reframing. So that's our goal, to reframe our relationship with the holy name. Now, how do we accomplish that? There are a number of ways in which we can accomplish that. So Maharaj has written a number of books. One book which I highly recommend, if you can read for yourself, personal study, is called The Living Name, which is what I've been studying recently. It has many exercises. However, it first of all begins with an exercise known as yojana. What is yojana? Yojana means to plan. Now suppose all of you have come today to Sarvatara Prabhu's home from different places in the city, or some of them maybe from outside the city. When you were coming here, first of all, you got what? What did you get? You get your phone, then you get your bead bag, then you get, your clothes ready, and then you sit in the car with the wallet in. Similarly, if we want to develop a relationship with the holy name, we have to get ready. We have to make, ourselves prepared. Many times people do like this window japa, the window shopping japa. They go for a mall walk. They're seeing everything in the mall and chanting japa along with it. That's not getting prepared for japa. Getting prepared for japa means find a clean place in your house, a clean and organized place, and you sit down there. And when you sit down there, you make your back straight as much as possible. So spine straight. So let's try to do that right now. You can sit on the cushion. You can sit on the floor, whatever is comfortable. But let's make your back straight. Spine should be as straight as possible. So how do we accomplish that? Imagine somebody is pulling you from your shikha up. They're pulling you like that. Imagine that, and your back is straight. You can also use a cushion. So the back is straight. Next thing, actually, first of all, let's everybody get their bead bag. Does everybody have a bead bag? I see Prabhu has one. Or beads in your hand. Okay, she got the beads to initiate it today. Sarvatara Prabhu, want to get your beads? That devotee in the back. Arnab Prabhu, where are your beads? I know you were chanting japa before. Okay, you have your beads. Very good. The devotee in the back, he has his beads? No, he has a clicker. Good. Clicker is fine also. I can work. As long as you can chant. Okay, now everybody get your back straight, as straight as possible. So we're going to chant one round with the straight back. Okay, so straight back. Now close your eyes, and we'll do 5 deep breathing. So when I say inhale, everybody inhale. When I say exhale, everybody exhale. So first, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Last one, inhale, exhale. One more, inhale. This time hold it, don't let it exhale. Now exhale. Now that our back is straight and we have done this deep breathing exercise, we will chant one japa round together. Together doesn't mean we chant, in sync, but we will have next 8 minutes of japa. So you can all chant at your own pace. I will also mute myself. I'll unmute myself in next 7 minutes.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna.
Okay, dear devotees, a request here. I would like you to all chant this softly. As per Sri Jiva Goswami and the Acharyas, japa means to chant at a voice at which only you should hear. It should be vocal from your tongue. Your lips should be moving, but only you should be able to hear, nobody else. That's japa. If you do louder, it becomes kirtana. Kirtana we already did. Mother led very nice kirtan, but we're trying to do japa. So I would, in the beginning, it's good to sing, but now I would like everybody to chant at a soft voice, only they can hear.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, 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 Hare Krishna.
Okay, you devotee, that was 8 minutes. Thank you. So do you feel a difference chanting with a straight back and after doing some breathing exercises?
Yes.
A little bit, isn't it?
Yes, I do.
You just mentioned the Patanjali Yoga Sutra, and also it's mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam, 3rd canto, Kapila Muni mentions that if our mind can be controlled by our asana and pranayam, so by having a proper asana and by doing some pranayam, we're able to fix the mind on the goal we want to achieve. And that's the first type of exercise. That's the first thing which Maharaj recommends in his practice of japa, is to set the proper mood, set proper location, setting the proper asana and doing some pranayam. Then Maharaj talks about sambandha, or building our relationship with the Lord. Now, why does he talk about that? I'll come to it in a minute, come to that in a minute, but I'll first share a story. That what is the advantage of having a relationship with the holy name? See, if we have a relationship with the holy name, then the holy name is the one which chants us instead of we chanting the holy name. That's quite the opposite. I thought we are the one who are chanting the holy name. Actually, it's quite the opposite. When we develop a relationship with the holy name is forcibly comes through our tongue. You don't believe me? I'll tell you a story. Who here has heard of Bharat Maharaj? Bharat Maharaj, have you heard of it? Okay. So Bharat Maharaj has a very interesting life story. Bharat Maharaj was very much devoted to Lord. So much so that practically the whole day he would be chanting, Krishna's different names. Achyuta, Keshava, Janardana, different names to the Lord. And then he was a king. So towards the end of his life, he said, okay, I have lived as a king for such a long time. Let me now renounce my kingdom and go to the forest. So he went to the forest. And when he went to the forest there, one time when he was doing his meditation and doing his sadhana, he saw this fawn. He saw actually a deer, a mother deer who was pregnant. And she was terrified by a tiger. So she started running. And she jumped over a creek. And because she was so much in fear and worry, when she jumped out the creek, she accidentally gave birth to the fawn right there on the pond's bank. And because of the fear and the bleeding, she left her body right there. So this fawn, this baby deer, was left, orphaned there. And when Maharaj Bharat saw the baby fawn, he saw the eyes of baby fawn. He was somehow or other reminded of Krishna. So he thought, let me just take care of this baby fawn for some time. So he started taking care, not baby fawn, but fawn. Fawn is baby deer. So he started taking care of the fawn for going forward. And slowly he became attached. All of us know the story. He became attached, so much so that he became deer conscious instead of Krishna conscious. Now, does that mean we should not take care of orphan animals or difficult situations? No, we should. But we should not think that we are the one who are going to take care of the whole life, because it's Krishna who is the ultimate protector and ultimate maintainer, not us. Anyways, somehow or other, he got attached to the deer, and then he left his body thinking of the deer. Now, what does Krishna say in Bhagavad Gita? He says, Yam yam vapi smaram bhavam tajati anta kalevaram tam tamevati konteya satad bhavata bhavita. That whatever consciousness we have at the moment of death, that's what we achieve in our next life. So, any guesses? What did Maharaj Bharat become next life? A deer. So, he became a deer. But although he had become a deer, he could not stop thinking about Krishna. He left all of the deer and started living close to the hermitage of some sages. He would not eat much, would basically fast. And he would listen to the lectures of the sages. Here we have to put so much effort, have a big feast, call people up, and then people come. Here, Maharaj Bharat, he was being fed nothing, but as a deer, he started going to the lectures by the sages. And when it came for him to leave his body, because he had chanted the holy name so much in his past life, when he left his body, he chanted this famous mantra, Om Namo Naranaya, which is the mantra of the Sri Vaishnavas. That came out of his lips. Now, although a deer tongue is not used to speaking any words. Has here anybody heard a deer speak? No, they don't make any noise, but what to say of speaking words. But because he had a relationship with the holy name descended on his tongue. Our acharyas explain that when we chant Krishna's name, we're only chanting alphabets. So when we say Ha, Re, Krishna, we're only chanting alphabets. To the degree that we have bhakti in our heart, to that degree Krishna is there in the holy names. So if we keep chanting alphabet names, it has some benefit. But the real benefit comes for when we chant Krishna's real name. And that can only be received. So that depends on building a relationship with the holy name, which means having a proper attitude. What is the attitude? Srila Prabhupada says that the translation of the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra is, what is the translation of Hare Krishna Maha Mantra? Oh Srimati Radharani, oh Krishna, please engage me in your service. So this mood of relationship with the holy name, of service, is what begins our relationship with the holy name and Krishna. Just recently, last week, we celebrated Balram Purnima. Not Lord Balram, what is his mood? He's a brother of Krishna, but what is his mood? This is mentioned in CC. Let me read the verse. Okay, this is Canto 5, Adi Lila, chapter 5, text number 120. Saite Ananta Shesha Bhakta Avatar Ishwarera Seva Bina Nahi Jane Aar. That Ananta Shesha is the devotee incarnation of Godhead. He knows nothing but service to Lord Krishna. Text 124. Eta Murti Bheda Kari Krishna's Seva Kare Krishnera Shesheta Pana Shesha Nama Dhare. He is thus called Lord Shesha, for he has attained the ultimate end of servitude to Krishna. He takes many forms for the service of Krishna, and thus he serves the Lord. So, Lord Nityananda, Lord Balaram is, engulfed in the mood of service to Krishna, and he's looking for a number of ways to serve Krishna. So, what does he do to do service to Krishna? He becomes Lord's pillow, he becomes Lord's bed, he becomes Lord's shoes, he becomes Lord's weapons, he becomes Lord's clothes, he becomes a Lord's house. Practically everything in the spiritual world is actually an expansion of Lord Balaram or Baladev. So he's taking all these different services to serve Lord Krishna. So it is by Lord Baladev's mercy that we can have this, Balaram's mercy, that we can have this service relationship with the Lord, which means it's by the mercy of Guru, spiritual master, who's an expansion of Lord Baladev, that we can have a relationship with Krishna of service. And once we have that relationship of service to Krishna, no matter which birth we are, no matter where we are, which body do we have, we can never lose our relationship with Krishna. We also hear this also in the case of Gajendra. You know Gajendra's pastime? He's an elephant. An elephant, I have never seen any elephant chant, but he was chanting Lord Krishna's name and saying beautiful prayers as an elephant. We also hear in the story of Haridas Thakur. Haridas Thakur used to 24 hours a day chant holy name. You think he was consciously making an effort? No. The holy name had developed such a strong relationship with the Haridas Thakur. He was so happy with his attitude of service that he made a home in his heart. And that's how he was able to chant the holy name in that mood. He was able to chant constantly. So who here would like to chant a lot of rounds with taste and affection? You can have some raise of hands here. Okay, good. So we have some folks who would like to make a deeper relationship with holy name. So now we'll try a different exercise. So again, for different exercise, another exercise, I would like you to again sit straight. Spine as straight as possible. And then we should become aware of these statements. So you can repeat after me. You can say, keep it mute, but repeat after me. Our chanting is devotional service meant to please Krishna. Our goal, our object of service, who is non-different from his name, is Krishna. Thus, Nam Seva, or chanting the holy name, is Krishna Seva. Krishna is my close friend. Actually, before that, close your eyes and just repeat after me. Krishna is my close friend. He is my only protector and maintainer. He has descended in his form of the holy name just to give me his shelter. My dear Lord Krishna, I wish to offer my chanting to you for your pleasure. Please accept me as your servant. So now again we will start chanting. This time we'll chant for 15 minutes. I'll keep the counter, let you know when the 15 minutes is over. So everybody get your beats back and make sure you chant softly. Try to listen how you're chanting sincerely. This is what Prabhupada said. Prabhupada said, try to chant and try to listen how you're sincerely chanting. So this will be time for 2 more rounds. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. And whenever your mind diverts, repeat this statement to yourself, to your mind. Krishna is my close friend, my object of love. I offer my chanting in loving service to you. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, 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 Hare Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, 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 Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, 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 Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, 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 Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram. Okay, devotees, that's the end of our chanting session this month. Thank you. So when the mind was going over, were you trying this meditation? You can write this down actually if you like, or you can get this book. It says, Krishna is my close friend, my object of love, offer my chanting and loving service to you. So whenever your mind goes away, you can think about this and bring the mind back. Now, another meditation which can be done is, this is a meditation which Prabhupada recommends. So this goes like this, that you, in your mind, you make a throne for Krishna. So suppose you want to bring Krishna into your heart. Now, in your heart, there has to be some space, isn't it? There has to be a carpet, like here, we invited Professor Kundu here. Suppose I ask him to sit in the garden without even a mat. Professor Kundu would say, hey, what is this? Srila Prabhu, you invited me at home and you're giving me grass to sit on. At least give me a cushion or like some carpet, some nice place. And of course, if the devotee is very humble, he won't mind. But Krishna is coming. He's our best friend. He is something whom we really love. So we have to offer something very nice. So Prabhupada speaks this meditation. What does he say? He says that you can make a throne for Krishna in your mind. And the throne should be made out of diamond, best place. And then, since Krishna is coming, the throne should be nicely decorated with garlands, with flowers. There is jewels on this on this throne. And then you invite Krishna, and Krishna walks in. So imagine the deity which is your favorite. Like my favorite deity is Radha Madhav. I love them. I love their their form, their decorations. So whichever is your favorite deity, you can think of them. They're coming to sit on that throne. So now they both are seated. And when they're seated, what do? You first of all wash their feet. With what? With Ganga water. So you got some Ganga water there. And then you wash their feet. And then you offer them new clothes, like new dress. Because they came, now you have to offer them new dress, then new garland for them. And then now that you have given them new garland and new dress, we also offer them some food. So after we have done all that, this is meditation. And when we have done that meditation, then our mind is prepared again to worship Krishna. And then we can again chant Krishna's name. So somehow or other, we have to set the mood proper so that we can think of Krishna. In this regard, I would like to tell you a short story, which I also read in this book. Maharaj tells that one time there was this blind man who had never tasted milk. So his friend said, hey, would you like to try milk? The blind man said, I've never tasted it. I'm not sure what it's like. I'm apprehensive. So his friend said, well, it's white in color. It's like a liquid. Why don't you try? So the blind man was not convinced. So then his friend said, well, a crane. Have you seen a crane? He said, no. Well, the crane is white in color also. And the crane loves milk. So then his friend, the blind man asked, okay, how does the crane look like? So now the blind man, his friend said, he bended his neck and he's asked him to put his hand on his neck. Just like this. This is how the crane's neck is also, is bent. So when the blind man touched that neck of the crane, he became scared. He said, no. If the crane is like that, I'm apprehensive of drinking milk because it may get stuck in my throat. Looks like the crane has a very strange neck. I don't have a neck like that, so I can't drink the milk. Similarly, because we don't have a proper relationship with Krishna, because we don't chant with proper conception, although we are chanting Hare Krishna, it's only material sound vibration which is going in our ear. When we chant with proper vibration, then it has a proper effect. Madhavendra Puri used to say this, that if we chant with good conception, then there will be good results. If we chant with no conception, mind is completely blank, then there will be no result. If we chant with bad conception, then there will be bad results. And if we chant with very good conceptions, then it will be very good results. So it's all about what kind of relationship do we want from the holy name. It is many times we hear this. I'm sure some of you have taken medicine in your life. Have you ever had a capsule? Now, capsule on the outside, it is just a covering to deliver the medicine which is inside it. Now, suppose somebody says, I don't like what's inside the capsule. So he takes the capsule, throws the stuff outside, puts the cap and takes it. Would it help him? No. Similarly, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur used to say that many times when we chant the holy name, we're chanting without any proper conception. So what's happening is that we're taking empty capsules. No conception. Mind is everywhere, going over thinking about this and that. So then we say, hey, I don't have any taste for holy name. I feel sleepy when I'm chanting holy name. I fall asleep when japa. I have to walk around because every time I chant, I'm falling asleep. Why? Because you don't have any conception. The medicine has to be there. So having the right conception, having the right service attitude is very vital to developing a relationship with the holy name. So let us try another exercise. What Maharaj recommends is that we should read prayers by our acharyas and read those prayers before we chanting, and then bring our mind's conception to those thoughts to those conceptions, and then chant. And when we chant with those conceptions in the background of our mind, then the result will be amazing. The results will be very amazing. So one such prayer which he tells is a prayer written by Bhakti Vinod Thakur. So I will read to you, and you could just listen. It's a very beautiful prayer. Okay. Actually, we'll try a different meditation. This is also another meditation. It's called Bhuta Shuddhi meditation, Bhuta Shuddha conception. So for this, again, one more time, everybody sit straight. If you're tired of sitting on the floor, you can go on the chair or on the cushion also, or you don't have to sit on the floor. It's not required. It's not required to sit on the floor. Again, we have to sit erect. Now you can look in front of you and slowly close your eyes. Now focus all your attention on your breathing. Watching your breathing as the breathing goes in and out. Nothing else should be going on. Now you relax your body. So let your shoulders relax. Let them go down. Then relax your hands, your arms, your knees, your thighs. Everything should be relaxed. Now try to breathe as deeply as possible. Inhale. Now exhale. Every time you inhale, your stomach should come out. Chest should come out. Every time you exhale, it should go in. So again, deeply inhale. And then deeply exhale. Now meditate on what I say. No need to repeat, just meditate on this. I let everything in my life slowly and gently disappear. My relationships, job, projects, plans, and all that occupies my mind, I let them completely slip away. I am now absolutely alone. There is no one and nothing in my environment. I am sitting in a solitary place. I see myself at the bank of river Yamuna in Vrindavan. I have no memories, no thoughts of my life, just me and my breath. I'm absolutely alone, absolutely safe, and absolutely present to whatever comes. I am focusing all my energy on my heart. And this is where I, the soul, reside. I am part of the Supreme. I am a servant of Radha and Krishna. It is my misfortune that I have been absent from that relationship and have been wandering here and there in the world. Helplessly, I have identified with one body after another, one dream life after another. But now my fortune has turned. I have met Srila Prabhupada through his books and his followers. I have learned from him about my actual identity as a pure spirit. I am a resident of the spiritual world, the kingdom of love. I am an individual who is completely separate from the gross and subtle body. I have been inspired to take up the path of eternal loving service to Lordships, Radha and Krishna. I will no longer ever be alone. I know there is only Radha and Krishna, no one else, just me and Radha and Krishna. These Radha and Krishna look just like the most beautiful painting of Radha Krishna which I've ever seen. Now in my heart, I bow down to them. I'm completely wrapped up in my relationship with them. And I'm feeling this love arise in my heart towards them. I am by nature the servant of Krishna. But because of my misfortune, I have been inimical towards him since time immemorial. I've been identifying myself with the body and been consciously wandering. Now I have obtained the good fortune of being able to serve my spiritual master's feet. And by his order, by following his footsteps, I serve the feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And by his mercy, I'm serving Sri Radha Shyam Sundar. So with this meditation, let us chant one more round. Don't let it go away. Keep it there. We are all there alone, individually, with Radha and Krishna. And in that aloneness, in that solemnness, let's chant one round of Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare 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 Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare 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 Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. 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 Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare 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 Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare 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 Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. 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 Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. That was one round. So now we will take reflections. Anybody has any reflections from this small japa workshop which we did? And I will share something more. I guess we will take Arnab first because he's there on the Zoom. Arnab, do you have something to share?
Yeah, definitely. I have a lot of things to share.
Oh.
Yeah, so but I mean, like today's meditation, it was like
Arnab, we can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Or maybe I'm muted or what? Okay, now I can hear.
Yeah. So what I wanted to say is like today's meditation, it was way different than what I have been doing. So yeah, you're right. Maybe I have had like whenever previously I meditated, I have had bad conception, that's why I was getting bad results. Today for sure I got good results. Like I'm feeling a lot energetic. And also like I mean like the thing you're saying, like you have to sit straight, like scientifically it has been proven. Like I mean scientists were analyzing why like Buddhist monks whenever they meditate they don't need to eat food, then how do they get energy? So then they did research and they found out that whenever you meditate like this, like their cosmic energy photons, they reach your head, they go inside your body, they give you energy. You don't even need food if you keep on doing this. So yeah, this is how they without eating they survived. So I hope, I mean even this science is even more complicated than that one. Yeah, but yeah, you're right. So see, it's like scientifically also proven that if you do like this, you don't even need food to survive. You can get energy. And one more thing, like as you're saying that concentrate here, something like this. So people, I mean like if you ever had any experience of having COVID previously, so it also stays here. So maybe in the future this could be a very good medicine for COVID. If you meditate here like this, thinking Krishna is here, maybe virus would be gone if you keep on doing this. I feel like that way after today. Maybe still there is no medicine, so this could be a good medicine.
Thank you for sharing your heart. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Anybody else
Yeah.
out there would like to share?
Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Professor Grindu, yes.
Yes, so this was like a progressive relaxation, that focusing your mind, controlling your autonomic nervous system. Suppose you are going to like a trance state. So that's the way to relax your system, and the other thoughts should not come into the picture. So that is very helpful.
Nice. Would you like to try it later also with yourself at home for your daily practice?
Yeah, I do chant every morning, but I will do a little differently now.
Now you can incorporate these techniques. They are approved by our teachers.
Sure. Okay. Thank you, Prabhu.
You're welcome. Anybody else?
Like I really felt like whenever I just come over here, and so many thoughts were there. Right now, after doing this session, I just feel completely relaxed.
Wow.
I got a very much good and positive energy. Really, I felt so good. I didn't believe.
Nice.
Prabhu.
Yeah, we have a lot of energy in the heart. It's trapped up. It has to come out.
Yeah, sure.
Prabhu, she's my niece. She just came from IIIT Hyderabad.
Nice.
Yes. She just came day or two yesterday.
Very good.
And she's studying about electronics.
You're very fortunate to have association with Srila Prabhu, Professor Kundu, and their family. Very lucky.
Prabhu, when you're coming to Baton Rouge?
I'll tell them. Lakshman Prabhu, you have something to share?
Oh, I will.
Can you hear that one?
Yeah, I can hear.
Yeah, okay. The same previous session I attended in Krishna Kadadi's Qatar. So we try to do the same before even when we are driving, we are chanting. So we stopped that one and we changed our habits to give some more time, because we have a 24 hours. At least we are not spending like a 10%, like a 2 hour for chanting. Then where will we spend? So we changed our habit and we start to spend 2 hours for the chanting of 16 rounds to attention to Krishna, to gain more energy. Yeah.
Wow. Nice. Thank you for sharing that. Sarvatara Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam. So I offer my respectful obeisances of the devotees.
Yeah, actually, today we learn new technique. It actually helps to continue chanting. Like my experience, I can chant 2 hours. Like when I start chanting, one time I can finish 2 hours. So after learning this new technique, I think like Arnav is right. It is very, very scientifically proved. Once we hold the beat, we can, if we have time, we will not waste our time. We will use this time for chanting, and we can chant couple of hours, one time, even without eating, without doing anything else. And it is very important to concentrate our mind. Like Sanatana Goswami told, and in Padma Purana mentioned, Nam Chintamani Krishna Chaitanya Rasa Vigraha. It is like a task stone. Actually, our heart is contaminated. That is why we don't get any taste. So get the real taste. We need more attention. And how we can attentively chant? By use this technique. Really, actually, I am learning. I learned today new technique. Actually, I like to sometimes chant more, but sometimes I fall asleep. But I think right now, I can chant more rounds. After that, we can elevate ourselves and to please Krishna, to please Prabhupada. Because the age of like 70, Prabhupada used to chant like couple of hours. One time he could spend like 5, 6, 8 hours. And recently, actually, 2017, I met one Sadhu Prabhupada's god brother in Haridwar. So he started chanting 4 o'clock, 4 to 9, 5, 6 hours he chant one, with like if you want to meet with him, like after 9 o'clock you can meet with him when he finished 64 rounds one time.
Wow.
The power of chanting, and we are ordinary living entities. We want to get delivered from the material world. So we need attention. So and I'm requesting all the devotees, so please use your valuable time. And at this regard, I like to share, like, if you read the Purāṇas, the Lomoshmani whose whole body is covered by hair. And he didn't make any house. Actually, his ayu, like the millennia years, like the one kalpo, one hair fall down. One kalpo means 4.32 billion years. And his servant requested, so please make one house, since your age, you can live long, you're gonna stay in this material world so long. And he told, I don't have time to make one house. Can you believe? And we will not live in this world maybe 100 years, 50 or 60 years. So how much time left for our life? So we should value the time. So thank you so much. So I think it will help, and please bless us so we can continue chanting. And
I cannot bless. I can only share what I heard. I mean, what we did today was called Bhuta Shuddhi meditation. It's a way to transform or reframe our relationship with the holy name. As I was sharing in the earlier, that those Philippine maids in New York, when they were told that their workout or their job was the best workout they needed, they were able to get so much good results from their job. Similarly, we need regular exercises, regular reframing of our relationship with the holy name. And that's what I would like to offer here. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he would also do something similar like this. Maharaj was sharing that he did this Chaturmasya Vrat, Chaturmasya or Kartik Vrat, that what he used to do, he went to Rishikesh. Rishikesh, is near the mountains where the Ganga is. He got a place there, and he would wake up every day 3 o'clock, and he would chant from sunrise to sunset constantly. And every time, no eating. Every time he would have to use the bathroom, he would take a shower. In fact, every time he would pass air, he would take a shower to keep himself clean. Because even though it may seem to us like, we hear that, material situation does not affect our chanting, but just having a proper material situation also can help, in a sense, that helping a proper conception. So he did this for almost 21 days, something like that, for this vrata, to purify his chanting. to reframe his chanting. So this is something which we all need, that we regularly associate with devotees who have some taste with japa and take some help for them and work with them to reframe our chanting. That's what I was trying to do today. That was my goal.
Madan Kundraji has one question.
Now,
Sure.
I learned that Sanatana Goswami used to chant 300,000 times a day.
Haridas Thakur.
Haridas Thakur.
Yeah.
Haridas Thakur, not Sanatana Goswami, right?
No, I've not heard about them.
Okay. Now, here's a question, chapter 9 of Bhagavad Gita, sloka number 20. It talks about that those who study the Vedas and drink the Soma juice. What is Soma juice?
Well, Soma juice is a beverage which is available in the heavenly planets.
Oh, I see.
Just like wine,
Oh, I see.
there's also wine in the heavenly planets called Soma juice. It makes you stronger and also makes you intoxicated.
So it says that those who study the Vedas and drink the Soma juice, seeking the heavenly planets, worship me indirectly. They take part on the planet of Indra, where they enjoy godly delights.
Yeah. So what's the question?
My question is, what is the Soma juice? That's what I wanted to know.
Oh yeah, I already shared. Yeah, it's a beverage which is not available to us easily. If you do a lot of charity, suppose tomorrow you go ahead and you do 100 fire sacrifices, Ashwamedha Yagna, then you will get the blessings of going to the heavenly planet.
Nice.
And each Ashwamedha Yagna would cost us about $100,000. So you have to become practically Elon Musk and then do that many yagnas, and then you may get to the heavenly planets. But if you put all the money in making rockets, then you're going nowhere. You're going to just buried here in the ground. Elon Musk is putting so much money in going to the Mars. If he were to use the money for doing yagya, he would right away go to heavenly planets, save all their hard work of design and this and that. Okay. Okay, so this is the end of our session today. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Prabhu, for such an engaging and practical session today. I can tell that all of us learned a lot, and especially how we can chant more effectively and more attentively to get the best result and not just chant this mindlessly. So thank you so much, and we hope you can come again. Yes. We're going to move to the next part of the program, which is, before that, I would like to invite everyone for Shri Krishna Janmashtami to our New Orleans temple this next Friday, 19th August. So you all are invited, please come. And that Saturday? That Saturday, which is the following Saturday, which is 27th of August, we're going to have Janmashtami in Baton Rouge. So you all are also invited for that. And with that, we're going to do Aarti now. I know we went over time, but thank you so much for staying with us, and we will end in 10-15 minutes. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, the way Prabhu presented, actually time does not matter. Sometimes we don't know how to use the time. So I think we need more time to do this kind of activities, because we don't feel any tired, any sleepy. So thank you so much, Prabhuji, and like you are our like the veterans, like the family members. Anytime you have time, so please bless this community so we can carry Guru Maharaj and Prabhupada's legacy proper way. And I'm requesting all the devotees. Next Sunday also we'll offer flowers. We're gonna have a small deities, Krishna's deity, since Friday is Janmashtami. So we couldn't do on that day, but on Sunday, everybody can gather some flowers wherever you stay. And we'll chant some mantra you can offer, and we'll get unlimited blessings to get mercy of Krishna also. So please make plan next Sunday also. And thank you so much for your time. We all are busy, you are busy, but you are giving valuable time. Krishna will count your time, because you are giving time to the Lord Krishna.